Okay. Sorry to keep y'all waiting yet again, but unfortunately, I just have no energy. But I think today, or at least hoping to starting today, I might finally go back to, I guess you could say, normal like I was before. But over a week, I just didn't have any energy. Heck, the last few days, I just took it easy. I didn't do anything. But at least I'm back. I don't know if I can post a schedule like I thought I hoped a few days ago, but I will see because I'm not really sure. This is just me just taking it easy because my body's telling me. This is not laziness, it's listening to my mental health. And I wasn't expecting to be this tired either for over a week. But if there's something that I am genuinely interested to do right now is to finally do the Final Fantasy XIV game again, and especially with the latest story content in this game. Normally when I have done it before, I was still playing catch-up for a few years. But now I can finally experience the latest story content in this game, among other things. So I'm curious to see if it's gonna improve, especially how Dawntrail was kind of meh. So let's see if the story is gonna be interesting from here on. So I'm actually catching up where I'm doing the latest content in this game, finally. And I was very fortunate enough to have had help with gear, with crafting, somebody crafting the gear for me so I can at least do the raids and the MSQ. But our main priority is to do the MSQ first. Maybe tomorrow, if I'm well, I can do the raids as well, because that's gonna take time. It'll easily take 2 hours each or more. Anyway, let's do this. Still got the transition stingers still here. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna change the background logo to the left side here. There you go. There you go. Got the microphone working here. We're not gonna have any playlist or anything like that. We're just gonna have it normal. Okay, here we go. Sorry to disappoint you all for being away for so long, but I had to take it easy. Now I'm curious as ever to see how this story is gonna go. So, yeah, if you ever play this game and you're caught up, usually the NPCs are gonna stay in this spot until it gets patched later. So now you can finally experience the story. I'm gonna be honest, Speen is a more interesting character than Wuklamot. Wuklamat's lines could have been written better. Anyway, here we go. With the winds. So we got a couple of quests here. So let's see what kind of story is gonna lead up to the next expansion that's gonna come out next year. I don't know. I hope this will interest me.
Every day, more and more people regain their memories of their lost loved ones. No longer will beings like Calyx be able to manipulate their fear and ignorance as he once did.
As you saw in the cutscenes, I think there's more to Calyx. Or whoever is in charge.
That being the case, Alize and I have come to a decision.
We will depart Taral in the coming days. Other nations must be informed about Alexandria, a necessary step to ensure lasting peace.
I don't think a lot of people know about this, so... Yeah, there's the Far East, like Doma, but yeah.
Then, we shall return to Garlemald. Our experiences here should serve us well in the ongoing restoration efforts.
However, one pressing matter remains. Calyx's summoning ritual was tied to a concept of his own creation. Ascian involvement is assured, but we have yet to ascertain the extent of their influence on the Ninth.
I have done what I can to treat the enthralled and those still afflicted with Levin sickness. I may now devote my undivided attention to an investigation.
Then we shall leave this one in your capable hands. Do let us know if you turn anything up.
It's Erenville. My time in Tural is at an end, and so I'm headed to the harbor now. We'll meet again, of that I'm certain. Until then, I wish you safe travels.
Promise you'll look at yourself, or you can't let me know in time to see you off.
And pull you away from more important business. Perish the thought. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry to interrupt, but I thought you'd like to know. I've detained the fugitive. He promises to tell us before he sets sail, only to try and sneak aboard his boat with nary a hug goodbye. Cold bastard. But there's still time before they weigh anchor.
That boy! We should make for the harbour ere he wriggles free of Lamachi's grasp.
If we're heading the same way, we might join him on the ship. Good company is always welcome on a long voyage, is it not?
What? Now? I haven't finished packing.
Knowing you, the essentials are already accounted for.
Oh. Fine, if we must. But you're helping pack the rest. And I hope you've decided on a souvenir for Eunice.
I have several ideas as it happens.
Ever aligned in purpose, if not execution.
Lest you wonder, Kryl and I intend to remain here with Y'shtola.
To continue our study of the key, naturally. By all accounts, Preservation's facility promises to yield some answers.
Shale has been conducting a more thorough examination. She may have insights to share.
Then why not invite her along to see everyone off? Surely she'd want to be there too.
There's a lot of story potential with this cyberpunk-looking city, so that really depends how they're gonna do that. So, we're technically past Dawntrail story finally. But at least my resources are not being pushed to the limit here. There's a lot of people in Solution 9, so I'm not really surprised why the frame rate is lower than it normally is. But anyway, okay, let's go. Okay, where we go? Wait a minute. Yep, we're going back in that room again. Yep. I didn't forget. Yeah, going back to the back room. So. I am told that Shell is the new leader of Oblivion. There is none better suited to carrying on Pastua and Yoda's legacy. Yeah. Eager as ever, our Elfinode. I do hope he has thought this thorough, particularly where his sister's wrath is concerned. She may know full well that no amount of complaint will dissuade him, but that doesn't mean she won't still give him an earful. Feels like an age since we last met here. Yeah. It comforts me to know that some of you will be staying. I would feel rather bare if I should go at once. What news? Can't imagine you brought an entourage along to simply say hello. Well, we got something. That eager to be on their way, are they? I'll join you. I owe them thanks on behalf of Oblivion, after all. And there I thought you would protest going against being parted from your work. Well, I'm curious to see what emerges once every piece of the puzzle is in place. The majority of the files are encrypted. There's little else I can do until the computer's finished with them. Besides, unlike our friends, Containment Complex 1029 isn't going anywhere. In other words, will we be getting any answers tonight? Afraid not. It's gonna be a while yet. And shall we depart for Toil forthwith? Even Lametieu's strength has its limits. Without further delay, then. Cool. And what kind of trouble is gonna happen this time around? Okay, let's go and see what kind of store we're gonna get now. Okay. Nope, there's no teleporter, nothing. Okay, let's go. What I've learned is that no matter how good your computer is, there's always going to be frame rate drops if there's a lot of people in one spot. So, that's okay. Cool, everybody's here. What sort of taco should I get my way back, do you think? The armor's too tantalizing to ignore. Despite her protestations, I doubt Alice will keep us waiting long. Wish I did some of this sea breeze inside the dome. First simulate it. But there's no substitute for the real thing. Whale's delight to look upon. And patterned cloth where we use neon. The city feels no less bright. Goanna and Goloja won't be around to make it, but both send their regards. I wish y'all would not make such a fuss. I'm not fond of emotional partings. At least I've been known allies that were considerate enough to inform me of their plans in advance by Link Pearl. Some people we know burst out of brave mid-voyage. In any event, I shall wait here until they finish their preparations. Okay.
There they are.
You look well. No lingering effects, then?
Ah, I'm hale as ever. And busy with work.
I imagine there's no shortage of affairs to put in order. Are Kona and Galulja faring well?
Kona is off to survey our nation and its peoples. He wants to consult with local representatives and hear their thoughts on our policies. And Galulja's really taken to his training. I feel like he's been spending more time with the Landsguard than me lately.
Standing here, I cannot help but remember the day of our arrival in Tuliolo. The rite of succession feels so long ago.
That plotline was not done well.
We knew not of what would happen between my father and Zorolja, nor of Alexandria and its queen. It was to aid a naive claimant that you came to Tural. You've done so much more for me.
I wish that storyline was written better.
For the entire nation of Tuliyola. We owe you a greater debt than we can ever repay.
That would have been nice if everything was done much better. But I digress.
But that doesn't mean we can't try. Whenever you need an ally, we'll stand with you.
Allow me to echo that sentiment. Not only were you kind to me when I awakened a stranger in my own land, you extended your grace to Alexandria again and again. And, on behalf of myself and my people, thank you for curing the ailment that for centuries tormented us.
I'll look forward to our next visit. I'm sure we'll have exciting stories to share with one another.
Ever since I introduced you to Wuklamat, you've faced no end of hardships. Many of them her fault.
Well, that's an understatement. That's not a big understatement.
Yet I feel no remorse, only gratitude. For without your aid, I would not have had the chance to say goodbye. Nor vowed to explore every corner of the world. To see what we haven't seen. Shall we?
Rest assured, upon arriving, we shall make it a priority to visit Tataru and assuage her myriad fears.
I expect the sight of you two will be a balm for her worry-laden heart.
Safe journey, and remember to enjoy it.
Give my regards to Oblivion. And thank you for all you did for my mother.
Come back soon!
Take care!
That was a proper send-off. Now, time to get back to it.
Duty ever calls for she who loves her realm.
Right? Though, if you need a break, you're always welcome to visit Tuliyola. I'll give you the grand tour. I guess they're really over. Your adventures in Tural. I'll remember our time together for the rest of my days.
I hate to bring this up, but I'm just trying to imagine for a moment if the whole Dawntrail story was written better. The rite of succession, everything else was better executed, this would feel more satisfying. But we gotta move on. And yeah, So.
Aha! Power resolve spotted!
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
The Lance Guard is looking for you. It's sparring time!
Oh, good thing you're here then. Can't miss that.
So let's go already! Everyone's waiting to see the Vow resolve in action!
Kids, yeah.
Sorry, I have to go. Till next time.
And thus do they take to the winds.
To follow their own paths and their hearts, as they should.
Was it Shadowbringers or Endwalker? They're starting to do this, where they do this dramatic cinematic just to let you know what the name of the patch is. I kind of forgot, but it's something. But at least it's interesting because back in Heavensward there was no such thing. No such thing. Can't even tell. But whatever. I'm glad I got the chance to see him off. Actually, I would be glad too. For many meetings and partings, we have few enough opportunities to properly say our farewells. It was pleasant to take time for it. Though I delight in companionship, solo journeys do have their appeal. Travel by sea is relaxing. The Allies and Alphino spreading word of Alexandria, we shall soon have the chance to establish relations with other nations. Let's make ready to treat with their leaders. Now it is our turn to take the next step. The question is, in what direction? And that is a matter I should like to discuss with you. Erinville. If I may, I would think it prudent to discuss our future plans elsewhere. We're liable to hinder the dock workers here if we linger. Perhaps the beach would be a more appropriate venue.
Tis truly a beautiful place, Tyrol.
More voiceovers. This is interesting.
An endless ocean and ever-changing sky. First time I saw them, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like I was walking among images from our oldest records. And beyond that horizon are more lands and more people. That one I still struggle to imagine.
We ourselves hail from beyond that horizon, in fact. Rather, most of us do. I merely thought I did.
Oh, that's right. I can only imagine how it must have felt to learn you're a native of our world.
The fact that I wasn't born in the land where I've spent most of my life has taken time to sink in. 'Twas not until I met my parents in living memory that the truth of my origin began to feel real.
Your experience is not unlike mine. When first I awoke, the realm everyone spoke of sounded nothing like my own. I had to walk its streets, live and breathe it, before I could accept and embrace my new reality.
And for me to embrace mine, I need to learn more about my people, the Milala. We should come upon more information in the course of studying the key,
But as Shale's investigation of the containment complex is still ongoing, would you mind if we sought a different avenue of inquiry into the history of the Ninth?
I have no objection. Aught we learn will deepen our understanding of the broader picture.
Agreed. My curiosity extends well beyond our duty to assess Ascian influence.
If it is knowledge of the Ninth's past you seek, I have an idea where to begin. Alexandria was originally part of a landmass known as the Mist Continent. This continent had been left in ruins in the wake of the storm surge, with Alexandria the sole nation to survive the devastation. The calamity of lightning that ravaged the world.
Aye. Per the sources we recovered from the Underkeep, though the conflict between nations was destructive in its own right, 'twas Levin that dealt the final blow.
No place was spared its fury, and all was chaos in the castle town. We tried to evacuate the people in airships, Otis, the knights and I, but we couldn't save everyone. Those who survived gathered within the barrier, and we took in as many foreign refugees as we could. Yet, despite the dangerous environment, our system showed that there were some few souls who ventured outside the barrier, into the lands beyond. Beyond? But we thought that was impossible. I was under the impression the star was scoured of life, that man could not survive outside the barrier.
Going by the records, the storm surge extended to every corner of the world. Nothing and nowhere was spared. If anyone did survive out there, it would have been an unimaginable trial.
And yet, those people must have been going somewhere. What if there was a refuge? A place that weathered the storm surge and rebuilt over the intervening 4 centuries?
Given Alexandria's displacement to the source, we had neither cause nor opportunity to survey the remainder of the continent.
Living memory remains physically in the Ninth. If we seek a means of egress, other than the portal connecting it to Alexandria, perhaps it might lead us to the Mist Continent. Living memory was not transported here despite being atop Everkeep, in which case, it may have been a physically independent space all along.
Meaning, another point of egress could well exist.
And if it does, someone has to be maintaining it. The mechanical soldiers, for instance.
Shall we have a chat with them and see what they know? If it please your majesty. Will you accompany us? If we do land upon the Mist Continent, I would feel much more assured with you at our side.
Yep, the casting here, especially Sphene, is on point when it comes to English. Not sure about the other languages, though. I would hate to see you obliterated by some lightning beast.
As would I. Let us make every effort to ensure none of us suffer such a dreadful fate.
Okay. Well, so far the story is interesting. And I'm actually surprised I have energy right now. The mechanical soldiers won't hesitate to answer their queen. Let us hope they have useful information. Once conditions deteriorate past a certain point, his environment becomes an anathema to life. Yet man is a resilient creature. If there is a way to survive, then he'll surely find it. Outside of Alexandria, our knowledge of the night is limited to the storm surge and passing mentions of Ilimblim. That being the case, a foray across the Mist Continent would be an invaluable opportunity for discovery. Between the Ashes, the Key, and the Milala, there is much to be learned. Surely can turn up a clue to one mystery or another. Now that's settled, I'd best be off. I still have to check for description errors periodically. We can only step away for so long. Good luck, I'll have plenty to share the next time we meet. Till then... Let the rest of us make ready for potential foray meet at Lay Node Menu. Okay. Okay. I like the look of this place. It's great. Speen has found us a suitable source of information, sparing you that duty for once. Though my mind knows better, I still feel uncomfortable around these mechanical soldiers. The atmosphere is certainly less grim than when we last I visited. There's been a lot of voiceovers. Almost every cutscene has voiceovers. Here's our first non-voiceover, finally. This clerk has made itself available to answer our questions. Clerk PX0093. If one wished to descend to the surface from here, how would they typically do so? Living Memory is currently detached from Riverkeep and is operating independently while supported by its area suspension systems. Thus, both lift and lane node-based transit is currently unavailable. I apologize for the inconvenience. Despite its ability to remain aloft, perhaps Living Memory was never intended to function in this state indefinitely. If so, we're out of luck. Not necessarily. Lifts and lane nodes were likely the preferred modes of transportation, but that does not preclude the existence of others. In the event of an emergency, how would we evacuate this facility? Soldering emergency systems. Living Memory's airship remains prepared to deploy should evacuation be necessary. Would your Majesty like to appropriate it? Convenient. An airship. How convenient. Yes, please. As soon as is possible. With your Majesty's authorization, the vessel can be ready for launch without delay. Allow me a moment to execute the bypass protocols. Okay, that's convenient. Though I'm nervous about what we might find below, I'm glad we found the means to get there. As Queen, I must bear witness to the truth, however terrible. Safety tests have been successfully completed, saying the Gate of Remembrance as initial destination. Vessel is en route. Okay. Ooh, this will be interesting, I hope. A ship? It was purpose-built for Living Memory. However, it was modeled after the vessel Your Majesty was used during the Storm Surge era. Replica. Still, it would be good to see it. I will deploy the gangway for boarding. This way, please. In order to reach the surface, we must pass through the storm clouds. I advise you to brace for turbulence. So, are we finally going to see what's below? I always wondered what was down there. Yep, I was wondering why is everything so foggy down there. So, what kind of a story plot we're gonna get here? Yeah, what kind of a plot are we gonna get this time around? So we get a new area. Okay. The word LSA gave me is reacting. Though not to the extent of the 13th. The etheric imbalance here is severe indeed. Does serve to impress upon the marvel of the barrier. Lightning in heritage found is tame by comparison. A land where Levin reigns. I'm surprised there's no voiceovers here for this part, but whatever. The plot thickens. The state of this reflection's ether is more dire than we anticipated. I should be surprised if the Ashes had no hand in the war that wrought this. The warding scale is truly a godsend for those who has without the blessing of light. Remind me to send my profuse thanks to Vitra and the Hannish alchemist once more. That crater was once Alexandria. Wow. Sobering sight, to say the least. But I shan't turn back now that we've come this far. Beyond the mountains. This might be the dungeon, I guess. There are no structures, nor any other sign of survivors that I can see. I suspect the crater made this area unsuitable for habitation due to the increased risk of flooding. Then we should look further afield. In which direction do you think we might find a settlement? We're at the edge of Alexandrian territory now. The closest city would be Treno, should it survive. It's a city-state built on a harbor. It was a nexus of trade, and it remained neutral throughout the war. Alexandria has always felt fortunate having it in a neighborhood, so to speak. Not unlike our Razadhan. Ah yes, Alfinoda has spoken of Razadhan before. It's near the South Sea Isles, the Milala homeland, correct? Funnily enough, it was also Treno where the Milala first found a home in our world. Truly. Yes, and though the Milala population elsewhere grew, most continued to feel a strong connection to the city. I'd like to think that some remain there to this day. Lurk PX0093. Is this ship capable of taking us to Treno? I shall run a flight simulation for the route on Treno. One moment. Simulation complete. There is near 100% probability that the ship would suffer catastrophic mechanical failure prior to arrival due to ambient lightning. My apologies. Ah, well, thank you for checking. If you cannot fly, then we shall have to walk. General lies beyond the mountains, but there should be routes that spare us having to climb. Cave system, for instance. Assuming it hasn't collapsed. Let's try there first. Of late, I've spent much of my time hunched over reports. A brisk trek across the wasteland shall make for a refreshing change of pace. Eager though I am to seek new discoveries, the prospect of walking in circles for days on end does not appeal. I'm fortunate to have speed. The place where my people first arrived, and I shall soon see it in person. This tunnel appears intact. Though we have no way of knowing what it's like further in. Mind you stay alert for beasts as well. Given the barren surrounds, they're surely ravenous. Okay. Well, here we go. The first dungeon. No problems with queue. Yep, I have no problem with queuing here, but let's see if somebody wants to join us here. So, I think the descriptions are accurate. Yeah, in the previous patch, this was eye level 720 was the minimum. 760 is the sync. And this one is 735. So it did go up a little bit. Okay, here we go. I mean, obviously we can do this with NPCs. Yeah, I don't think we're missing much. It's always good to do it with actual players. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're getting anybody else, so I'll be healing. Hope I don't screw up. Actually, I haven't done this in a while. Here we go. Wow. You would think if you're healing, the queue time would be short. I guess not. So yeah, Rugzukin, welcome back. It's been over a week, Rugzukin, that I have no energy. I think hopefully by tonight, or at least starting tonight, I might finally be decent again. But it was that bad, Rugzukin. It was that bad. No energy. Like, normally I would be doing a show right now at this time on my working days, but no. No. But today's my off day, and I spent a lot of time sleeping and resting. So, Rugzukin, are you prepared for some eye candy? Because this is the newest dungeon in this game, from point A to point B. So grab some popcorn, Rugzukin. You'll see some plot here and some gameplay. Are you ready? Here we go. It's 9 p.m., almost 10 p.m. right now. It's 10 p.m. here, almost. Grab some popcorn, Rugzukin. Eye candy for you here with the newest dungeon. Okay. Oh. How old are you now, Rugzukin? Happy birthday to you. Okay. 30? I am... Yeah, I'm not that far from you, Rozukin, so you're younger than me. Yes, I am older than you. Unfortunately. Time waits for no one. But yeah, Rozukin, I have not seen this dungeon before. This patch for this new content just came out yesterday. Yeah. Well, like I said, Rozukin, this is the first time ever for this MMO that I'm actually playing this with everybody. I'm all caught up with this game. This game is over 10 years old, Rozukin. The graphics and the art style in this game is good. I mean, just look at the visuals here. This is over 10 years old. No, yeah, this is technically a DLC, yes, but it is. But they call it an expansion in this game. And again, I mean, even if Final Fantasy is not your type of a franchise, but when it comes to art direction and graphics, this 10-plus-year-old game is still pretty good. Thankfully, this game you don't need to play it at you need to play at least 60 frames per second. That's all you need. Yeah, this is not like a first-person shooter where you need to have really high FPS. All you need is 60 FPS and you're good. And this game is also on console as well, Xbox and PlayStation. It used to be just PlayStation, but it's now on Xbox now. And apparently, if I'm not mistaken, this game is also going to be on Nintendo Switch. That'll be interesting to see if they can pull that off. Yeah, this is the main plot that I'm doing right now. Apparently, they're really planning to do an expansion next year. It's been 2 years, so who knows? Level 100 is the max right now, yes. Until the next expansion comes out, which they increase it by like another 10 levels. Okay. And here's another mini-boss fight during this dungeon. Okay. Even if you're not into MMOs or you don't know too much MMOs, you can kind of see the gameplay mechanics you gotta deal with when you do these dungeons. Some of these you'll do over and over again just to get gear or, you know, content to unlock. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. This is a stack marker. I played Guild Wars 2, like I said before, and that game is somehow more unoptimized than this game. Okay. Yeah, when this game first came out on a relaunch back in 2013, it was level 0 to 50 when it comes to the first main story or expansion, if you want to call it that. Then, over every 2 or 3 years, they increase expansions with the increase their level cap by 10. That's how this game has been going for over 10 years now. Ooh. This boss fight is going longer than it should. Probably because everybody probably doesn't have the best, highest level cap yet. Probably the best gear. Hold on a second. Oh, get cover. There you go. Yeah, when it comes to dungeons in this game, especially these main ones, always 2 mini boss fights. Then you get the final boss fight. Usually these runs take like 20 minutes to do. Look at this. Look at the visuals here. This is awesome. You gotta defeat enemies along the way. That's how the pacing of a dungeon run is done. That gate right there in front of us, it's not gonna open until we defeat these enemies. Can't just run past them. Not sure how other games do it, but this game does it that way. Okay. And these same dungeons you'll probably do over and over again just to get the latest gear. But consider them like adventures, because this game is all about adventure, you know? Even though I've not done this in over a week, it's slowly coming back to me. It's interesting how I like healing in this game now, just like I do in Marvel Rivals in a way. Although in Marvel Rivals I don't just heal, but I also tank. But I'm definitely not a good duelist in that game. Oh, yeah, this is our second mini boss. Then we got our final boss coming up. Oh. Okay. Again, there's a pattern for each of these bosses that you get used to. You're not going to get it the first time, but eventually it'll click with you. Some of these mechanics you'll notice the more you do them. Okay. Okay. We got this, I think. I think I still got it. This is not groundbreaking healing that I'm doing, but it's getting done. That's what matters. I stayed alive long enough. I don't think the ninja can heal. I'll just have to survive just long enough if they can do that. I don't think that. Yeah, no, not even close. It was close. Too bad that red mage cannot revive me. Quarter of a health left. That's okay. Thankfully, the game is nice enough to give you a shortcut. Again, the lighting is great. I mean, it is a fantasy style setting. The game does make it do a good job, you know, making it look really great. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're so close on clearing that. But then again, this is the first time everybody is doing this. I was fortunate enough to have at least have a player help craft me the best gear in this game so far, so I can at least do this and the normal raids that are coming up. Curious to see where the rest of this plot is gonna go. There's definitely no time that I can do the. I don't have the time to do the normal raids today, but I can at least do the main story. That'll be the overall impression that I'll be getting out of this. Oh, there we go. Alright, think we got it this time. I love playing Sage for some reason, especially in these higher levels. The fun healer to me. Okay, let's take a chance. We're almost done with this. Can you believe this thing only came out like, what, 2 days ago, yesterday? Oh, amazing. Okay, we got it this time. Ooh. Oh, so there are still citizens here. Oh, interesting. The plot thickens. And the finale is not far away. Who could possibly be causing trouble here? Is it an octopus? A hawk? Who knows? Already this place looks amazing. Oh yeah, you can definitely see some similar enemies from previous expansions, but it's still great. And there it is. I wonder what the trial's gonna be. Ooh, is the big bad guy we're gonna fight. Not this dungeon, but... Not in this dungeon, but after. You know, when it comes to trials, those are usually 10 minutes long. Not Savage, but normal ones that you gotta go through the game. It'll be interesting to see what they have to offer this time around. So, who's here? Who's here to ruin the party? A griffin. Okay. Just like in Heaven's Ward, we saw a griffin-like enemy. Okay. I think we've fought with worse. I would like to think of dungeons in this game as just eye candy, in a good way. As for the story, well, that is gonna be interesting. Oh, that's something you didn't see coming. Oh well. Okay. Halfway there. Still in the fight. That's what matters. Especially if you're doing this for the first time ever. Okay. Almost quarter away there. Oh, finally we're almost done. Nice. I'm actually interested to see what happens next. I hope there is going to be something to this that will be interesting. Yes. Yeah, this is like later in the game. When you first start with this game, it's obviously not as difficult, but yeah, once you play this game long enough, and if you're still in this after all this time, after all these years, you start to expect the mechanics. Yeah. Yeah, the previous, like the earlier dungeons are much easier in comparison. Oh, that's different. I'm hearing some different songs here now. Oh, they're bringing some old songs. Nice. Ooh, we get a roll. Nice. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Alright, let's see what kind of story cutscene we're gonna get here. Let's see what we get.
And the perimeter is clear. Good work, everyone. And a big thank you to our helpers, whoever you are. Now, we have a tiny bit of clearing up ahead of us. You know what to do.
Our helpers? Were we being watched?
So the city endures. And it is in much better shape than expected.
Impressive, considering the destruction without. The people here must have gone to great lengths to maintain all of this.
Their barrier resembles that of Alexandria, though it is smaller in scale. And not quite as effective, if the breach we witnessed is any indication. I fear such incidents may be common here.
Thunderous heavens! It's been years since we've had visitors.
Oh, so everyone's a Lalafell here. Okay.
I am Miaili, the Mayor of Treno. Allow me to welcome you to our city. And thank you for the assistance with our little monster problem just now.
How long have they been isolated here?
Might I ask your name, miss? Though I have an inkling I know it already.
But of course, I am Sphene of Alexandria.
As I thought. It truly beggars belief.
It's a long story.
I once heard the strangest of reports from one of ours who went to Alexandria, you see. That despite the intervening years, the Queen had not aged a day.
Oh, that's a long story.
And sure enough, I'd swear you'd stepped out of an old oil portrait mere moments ago. You must forgive me if this takes some getting used to.
Sit down for this one.
It is an honor to meet you, Your Majesty. I look forward to hearing the tale from your own lips. I imagine it won't be an easy one to tell. But please. What happened to Alexandria?
Sit down for this one.
I see. From your perspective, it must have looked as though we were wiped from the face of the star.
One day, we lost all contact with our people in Alexandria. Scouting parties sent to investigate reported that not only the barrier, but Alexandria itself was gone. Nary a stone to mark where it had stood.
It's a long story.
What you must have gone through, not knowing what became of us. But know that Alexandria yet survives, albeit in a distant land. Her and her people. I can tell you the whole tale from beginning to end, but first, might I ask your permission to remain in Treno for a time?
Of course you can. You and your companions have already done us a great service, and are more than welcome to enjoy our hospitality. Now, how about we continue this at Town Hall? We needn't keep standing in the middle of the street.
I shall join them. Even with the precautions we've taken, it remains to be seen if Sven's condition will remain stable. I suspect, however, that the rest of you would rather be out and about. Consider this my blessing.
In light of our purpose here, the tour of the city is indeed in order.
I presume you have no objection?
Yeah, you gotta listen to the whole story.
With your permission, then. But before we go, allow me to introduce myself as well. I am Kryl, and I hope to learn more of this city and its people. Would it offend if we were to ask a few questions? Perhaps as we work alongside you, aiding you in whatever ways you may require.
You needn't fret. Treno folk are as friendly as they come. As for aid, if you're willing, you might speak with my grandson Lummel. That was his voice you heard earlier. You'll find him serving herbal remedies to the others.
Thank you for your guidance. We shall seek him out first.
Is there something more to this place? Who knows? And is there an invisible wall here? Ah, darn. Would be nice to walk the rest of this place. At least we can use our mount finally. That must be the mole, heavens. I can smell the herbal aroma from here. None of the locals we passed appeared terribly distressed. As Sven surmised, the incursions must be a common occurrence. Why, if it isn't our new friends... Thanks again for making short work of our foes. If you've gone to trouble seeking me out, I can only assume it's for good reason. You want me to help? You want to help me? Odd, but I'll consider it. Before anything else, though, I must insist you drink our signature remedy, Sleepless Rhapsody. Everyone's a fan. You may find it a teensiest touch too sour for your taste, but I'll set you alright. Just sip down your throat.
Well, what do you think? It's a traditional Malala recipe.
I wish I knew what that tastes like. Delicious.
No need to pretend. I'm not that thin-skinned. Just do your best to keep it down.
I'm put in mind of the gelatin I had at the studium. Nutritious, they assured me.
I can relate all too well. It's not unlike the syrup Lena used to make. Black as pitch and sour as sin. Though, there's no better cure for fatigue.
You know, Raha, going to bed at a reasonable hour would be the best cure. Oh, that's... I do feel shockingly refreshed.
Perhaps it stimulates the body's ability to process ether and hastens regenerative functions.
Indeed, it does. It also counteracts some of the effects of excess lightning, and helps to calm the nerves besides.
Which is why you serve it whenever there's a breach in the barrier.
Our Malala ancestors came from the lushest of lands, so they developed all sorts of natural remedies. We strive to carry on their traditions. And I'm sure you see why. Really hits the spot, doesn't it? Now, welcome to Treno.
Given its ability to counteract lightning's influence on a body, that remedy could be of use to the people of Alexandria as well. A certain Lemul would be more than happy to offer it to them. I see how drinking that would be unifying. It is impressive that they have maintained tradition here, so far from Yala's native lands. I got to introduce myself, didn't I? Well, I'm Lumul. That was me introducing our victory earlier. And since grandmother sent you to help with the repairs, you'll know I'm her grandson. I'm in charge of resolving any problems the people of Treno may have. My favorite kinds of work include taste testing menu items, carrying medium-sized objects, searching for lost possessions of immense value. Oh, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I imagine so. Around the city. Ah, yes, the repairs. Are you certain you need to be to work? Come all the way out to visit us. You must have some more important things in mind. You've already helped protect the city. Actually, our goal was to ascertain the present state of the Mist Continent. Whole continent? You have come from across the sea? Not exactly. You actually come from Alexandria. Alexandria? Are you quite sure? No, sorry. Of course you are. Of course you're sure. It'd be rude of me to doubt you. It's not every day that we get visitors, let alone from a nation that up and vanished. I know they must come as something of a shock, but this is our first time in Treno. We should like to get to know the city and its people. That is why we propose lending a hand to those in need. I see. In that case, why don't you help distribute this remedy to the rest of our people? Ordinarily, everyone would already come for a cup, but the fiends made quite a mess this time. It'll be a while before some can step away from their work. Never fear, though. Even if their hands are busy, they'll be more than happy to spare a few words for fascinating folks from afar. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ramu. You heard the ones. Do me a favor, honestly. Here, take this badge. Oh, so we gotta do some favors. Yeah. I'll deliver some to Town Hall so you can attend to areas you haven't seen yet. Oh, okay. We'll do some favors. And every quest we need to do some fetching, you know. Like Miali, you'll almost seem taken aback by mention of Alexandria. Perhaps they had friends or loved ones who disappeared along with it. If you split up, we can spend more time speaking with the locals while ensuring everyone receives their remedy properly. Could you each take a portion? Oh, rest assured it can handle pouring liquid into a cup. I too should be glad to do a few servings. Wonderful. Let me divide this up. Why don't you make rounds of the Sunborough City? Run I shall tend to the north. Right, let's go acquire some insights. Okay, we gotta do some... We gotta do some errands. Yep. So we're gonna do some... Just like in Realm Reborn, we gotta do a lot of these quests. Yeah. Okay. Is this where the next trial's gonna be? Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Yep, I think that's gonna be where we're gonna be going next. But let's see what kind of story we're gonna get here. Between the three of us, we ought to have covered every area, aside from Lumos. The people I spoke with asked me to pass something along to him. He hasn't returned yet. In the meantime, shall we discuss what we learned?
Fascinating. I appreciate your thoroughness in recounting the details. I too learned much, as I helped to treat the injured's wounds. The Malala's curative magics appear identical to Spheen's. This means that either her tutor was a Malala as well, or that the art had spread all throughout the Ninth. Then there are the symbols and tomes, which are highly reminiscent of Arcanima. If these elements indeed originated with the arcane geometries of the South Sea Isles, as in the source, 'tis curious that they have developed in so similar a manner on this shard.
Mind you don't share that with any other graduates of the Faculty of the Arcane, lest they beat you to publication.
Did you learn aught of note, Raha?
I spoke with one of Treno's storekeepers about how they obtain their supplies. Though they are few and far between, other settlements yet exist on the Mist Continent, with a rail system facilitating the flow of goods between them. Unfortunately, barrier breaches trigger an emergency failsafe on the main line, so the train is presently stopped at a midway point until operations can resume. There are also maritime routes, but they see only occasional use. Often, as now, Treno must make do with what is to hand.
In addition to this constant state of scarcity, much of Treno's populace suffers from Levin sickness, not to mention the frequent attacks on the city and the resulting casualties. Yet everyone we've spoken with seems undaunted by these hardships. They are not only surviving, they are happy in spite of it all.
Is there more to it we're not seeing, maybe?
Where there is life, there is hope. And when one believes in a better future, a tomorrow even the slightest bit brighter than today, there is naught to be done but build it. Until Stone by stone, the city rises.
A noble city with noble purpose.
Is aught the matter, Lommel?
I think I've dropped something and now I can't find it anywhere. I'm doomed.
Oh, is it this by chance? While I was distributing the remedy, I was asked to pass it along to you.
Yes! That's it! Yes! I'm not doomed.
Is that a tracking device?
You've a keen eye for technology. This thing picks up on the ether of the creatures that get through the barrier.
That explains how you knew when they'd been vanquished.
Exactly. It shouldn't show anything now, but I can switch it on like so.
Ah, we get some comic relief finally.
No, 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 no! She's going to kill me!
Who?
Say, how'd you like to meet my sister Ayane? She's an electrope engineer, so she knows all sorts of interesting stuff.
This game is finally going Hildebrand after all this time. Some comic relief anime moments finally.
I take it she also built that device.
Oh yes, that's my sister. She's a genius. Everyone says so. And she won't kill me in front of other people. Probably. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting to watch her work? Maybe you can even help. It'd be, you know, edifying? Please! I beg you! Please!
I suppose that's that then.
Fascinating. Fascinating. To work. The moment you and he should be waiting just past that part. Let's be off there when he changes their mind. Oh, sweating rather profusely. Nice. If I ever meet an engineer from some distant land, and help but wish to introduce them to our friends at the ironworks, the far start questions there with me. Okay, breathe out. Do we get voiceovers again?
Ah, our visitors. Thanks for lending a hand earlier, but what brings you here?
Well.
Lommel, what did you do?
Oh no. Oh no.
You know that, advanced monster tracking, what's it? It may be a teeny tiny bit,
You broke it again? How many times must I tell you that we're running low on electrope? I'm an engineer, not a bloody miracle worker!
I beg your forgiveness! I'm on my knees and everything, see?
Was that necessary?
And since we have guests, can't you let it slide? Just this once?
Is this game trying to do a Matrix reference or something with that blip?
He dragged you here just so I wouldn't tan his hide, didn't he? You'd never believe he's the elder sibling. I'm so sorry.
Please, don't be. We're glad for the opportunity to meet you. And Lummel mentioned that you might have some work we could assist with.
There are guests, Lummel, not servants. Must we have the manners talk again?
Please don't misunderstand. We asked to help, that we might learn what life is like in Treno. And with your expertise, we also hoped you could tell us more of how the city utilizes electrope.
If that's the way of it, then I'd be happy to share what I know.
When you spoke earlier, it sounded as if Treno had little electrope to spare. It's difficult to procure, I take it.
Going back to that unnecessary flip, it really is unnecessary. I'm not gonna remember that later. You know what I will remember? Q from Star Trek. If you don't know who Q is from Star Trek, he's basically the omnipotent character from that series. Very theatrical when the way he moves and talks, but at least it doesn't feel forced, unlike that flip that I'm not gonna remember.
We never have as much as we need. And much of what we do have is repurposed. You'll find me digging through the scrap heap whenever some vital device or another breaks down. Repairing that old barrier should be our highest priority. But we just don't have enough electrope on hand to do a proper job.
Oh, you'll be surprised how big the world is.
And the longer we go without access to the mine, the worse it'll get. If only we could scare those beasts away.
Did we not pass through a mine on the way here?
And took care of those beasts as well, yes. Yeah, we took care of...
Just the one! Incredible!
So, the mine is safe for mining again? Hooray!
Okay, sure, why not?
Leave the mining to your big brother. All you have to do is fix the tracker.
Yes, very well. If you go, do be careful. And once you get the machinery up and running, make sure to send some electrope over to the barrier service station.
Though we've cleared the mine, there is no telling what else waits outside the barrier. Shall I accompany you?
I'm so glad you asked. Seriously, I don't know what I'd do if I'd had to go alone.
As we did pass through but recently, I expect Raha can keep him safe without our help. In the meantime, shall we assist Ayane with her repair work?
I'm surprised we're not doing dialogue with the mayor. That would be interesting. But then again, you gotta retell the entire story from start to end. Damn, I forgot to ask your names. Do forgive me. I'm Krill and this is The Adventurer. Accompanying Lemul is Gratia, our own technology enthusiast. It's lovely to meet you. Feels strange putting you to work, but I'd be lying if I said you need the help. In the wake of an event like this, I presume a great deal of labor is required to restore everything to working order. Volume of fixes that need making is one matter, but I could handle if it weren't for those legs of mine. Paralysis flares up the worst times, I swear. I can manage a bit of shuffling from one station to the other on a good day. I usually leave racing around the city to my brother. With him off the mine, though, someone else needs to take care of the lightning-inspired sprites. They're drawn to the discharge ether of slain creatures. I'd offer you the detector to make tracking them down easier, but seeing as Lemul has managed to break it yet again... I do have this, though. Toss some at the sprite, and you can suppress its ability to sense ether nearby. That usually gets them wandering out of the city towards more fertile ground. So we didn't fight them? We find it safer not to. When threatened, they'll suck in energy from facilities we need to keep our medical services running. Or emit bursts that overload nearby systems. The same reason I recommend you stick to thoroughfares that will allow you to spot them well in advance. I would hate for you to be injured while helping us. Understood. Want to split up again to cover more ground? Ready to go? Yay, more work! We got more work to do. I was hoping to have that conversation with the mayor, because I bet there is more to this place, or something more that we don't know about. And I'm starting to feel sleepy again, unfortunately. I think we're gonna eventually go into that big lot nearby. Oh, something this time? Oh, those things from the dungeon again. Oh. Oh, yes. We gotta deal with those things. Okay. Something to do. Okay. So, after all that running around, what do we get? You're back. Were there many sprites? Manageable. Just a handful of root? Could be worse. Still, it's important to keep the city free of them. We're much obliged. Inner heart. Grail's taking a while, being new to the city. If something were to happen, she would know where to go for help. Would you go check on her? Started off in the direction of Town Hall. Okay. Okay. Are we finally gonna talk to the mayor? Let's see. Okay. You're looking for a mite lost there, lad? What you can help with? Have you seen a woman in a yellow hood? I presume you mean Krill. My grand old chat with her earlier. Not to mention she saved my hide. Can't believe I missed that lightning sprite till it was on top of me. Thanks to her that I got out unscathed. Bit awkward, striking up a conversation after that. It had been a while since I talked to anyone I haven't known my whole life. She's a kind lass, good at putting folks at ease, like Mealy. Quite enjoyed telling her about the city. When we were done chatting, she went off towards the canal. With a touch of melancholy about her. Well, I wasn't sure why. Didn't think it was something I said, but I knew if it was, saying more wouldn't help, so I let her go. I reckon she'd welcome the company of a good friend right now. Okay.
Ah, were you looking for me?
So, memories?
I only intended to sit down for a moment, but I must have lost track of time. Will you lend me your ear?
What's brought this on?
The source and the ninth. Someday I will have to decide which one to call home. The thought has lingered like a storm cloud in my mind. I've tried to ignore it. Remind myself that we have more important matters to contend with.
Oh, I think I missed that. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops, I missed that dialogue. Whoops. My bad.
When I first learned the truth of my past, I assumed it would have no bearing on my future. The source was my home, and the students of Baldessian my purpose. But after meeting my parents...
Memories, I guess.
It struck me that to simply choose the source would be to abandon them. And not only them, but a home I could have loved, had my life gone as it should have. That is why I had to learn more of this place. And the me I could have been.
Homesick, in a way, yeah. And now that you have...
I feel even less certain than before. Though we are strangers to them, these people have welcomed us as if we are their own. It's like speaking with old friends. And knowing now the challenges they face, what would it say about me if I just left them behind and returned to the source? Is that who I am? Who I was meant to be? Or is this where I belong?
I don't know. The plot thickens, yes? Plot continues to thicken. Thank you for listening. I'm a little less afraid to face this answer now. Whatever it may be. And when I find it, I hope you be there. But we kept Yutani waiting long enough. It's right back. Thing is, we're not talking to the mayor yet? Okay. Trifling though it was, I feel that the work we've done here has helped me gain a better understanding of Treno. Countless small actions taken by myriad people every day will make a place what it is, after all. I'm glad you're both back safe and sound. Now we can relax until my brother does the same. Your friend escorting him, he can't get himself into too much trouble. Unless he tumbles down the stairs to town again, I suppose.
That reminds me. The structures near the barrier all seem to be designed for Milala. Is there a reason that those in the center of the city are so much larger?
Oh yes. The center is the oldest part of Treno, built by the Hewn and the Eldite before the Milala came.
So Treno predates the Milala's arrival?
The mayor at the time was kind enough to take our ancestors in, and gave them leave to establish their own residential quarter.
Yet I have seen naught but Milala since we came to the city. Where did the other peoples go?
Alexandria. In the closing days of the storm surge, when death and destruction were everywhere, well, they believed it would be safer. Treno didn't have a barrier at first, you see. But one of our industrious brethren had served as tutor in the royal household, and returned to us with knowledge of the barrier's design. It's thanks to him that the city survives to this day.
This barrier kind of reminds me of the Citadel from Mass Effect 1, in a way.
Might I ask a more personal question? We previously uncovered some records pertaining to the Milala's past. In them, it was written that the Milala left their paradise of eternal summer when a great calamity froze their isles. Understandably, all were not content to leave their homeland behind. Some attempted to return using the same power that had brought them here, but they found the way closed to them. Never again has the golden path opened that allowed their ancestors to flee to safety. Tell me, were that golden path to open once more, and you were to find the Milala homeland restored to its former glory, would you go back?
I'd certainly like to see that paradise of eternal summer for myself. Who wouldn't? But it wouldn't be going back. After all, my one and only home is here. Treno, this run-down, beat-up, beautiful city.
You truly love it, don't you?
Do you know what the speaker said when the Milala came to this place? O life, flourish on this faraway shore. Unfurl your fragile petals with fearless joy. Let this sky grant shelter from darkest storm, and here bloom, hand in hand, forevermore. We never forgot those words. Not my ancestors, nor my grandmother, nor my brother and me. That boundless optimism, that communal spirit, that is Treno. No matter what comes or how hard it gets, we'll choose joy over fear and stand together. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
nowhere else you'd rather be.
Perhaps it really is as simple as listening to your heart.
I'm still curious to see what the mayor has to say to us. To our trouble. Earlier, you said that your brother couldn't get into too much trouble if he was with Raha. But how much trouble is that precisely? I would think they ought to have returned by now. Conversely, I didn't expect to see the two of you again so soon. I take it Miali's curiosity is sated. For the moment. I gave her a brief account of the situation in Alexandria, as well as events involving the key. She was most interested in the latter. In fact, it seems she knew of the relic long before we did. We should discuss it with everyone. You able to join us? She'd love to go straight away. We're awaiting Raha's return. As we speak, Miali herself is making her rounds through the city. We have time. Alexandria, kingdom past the mountains, the one that vanished. I had wondered where you lot came from, but that wasn't my first guess. Or my fifth, for that matter. Yudamila arrived in Treno immediately after fleeing the source. I can understand how its mayor might be privy to knowledge of the key, particularly when the mayor is Milali herself. I have a mind to reestablish diplomatic relations with Treno, but it goes without saying that there are logistical challenges given our respective locations. The least of these is that any travel would require passage to Tural. To begin with, we'd have to consult with Gosan on the vow resolve. I wasn't certain if we should divulge any information concerning the key, but Alexandria's present location is difficult to explain without mentioning it. Fortunately, it turned out for the best. Are we gonna get more comic relief here? Let's see.
We're back! The mine is in working order, I'm pleased to say. Electrope is being delivered for the barrier even as we speak.
Have you two finished regaling the mayor?
We have. Though she has her own story to tell. Of the key, in fact. We thought you might like to join us at the...
This is an evacuation alert. All citizens, please proceed to emergency shelters. Repeat, please proceed to emergency shelters.
There it is.
The Doom train is approaching. Repeat, please proceed to emergency shelters.
Time to kick some ass.
The Doom train? Wasn't that one of Lindblom's weapons of war?
You know of it?
I've never seen it myself, but according to Zelenia, it was an armored vehicle used to transport war beasts to the front. In order to prevent them from running wild ere their deployment, a powerful arcane entity was housed in the engine.
The end of the war didn't slow it one bit. Quite the contrary. Fueled by lightning ether, it's been speeding across the continent ever since. The Doom train and its beasts bring death and destruction everywhere it goes. It's a veritable calamity on rails. It passed near Treno some years ago, claiming many lives, including our parents. I must go and repair the barrier as swiftly as possible. Without it, we haven't got a chance.
That's where we come in.
You can't be serious! You'll never finish in time, and you'll be right in its path.
I have to try. For Treno.
Yane, no!
It seems my services are required once more.
I'll go with you. Perhaps my knowledge of Electrope will be of use.
I wish I were a fighter like you two. Keep her safe, will you? Please?
While destroying the Doom Train would be preferable, we should seek to delay its advance at the very least.
You can't be thinking of fighting it head-on. That's madness.
We went to the edge of existence. I think we can handle one train. Well, now I have to do it.
If your mind is made up, there may be a way. There's a freight depot not far from us. We can use the train that's stopped there.
Raha mentioned that before, did he not?
The Doom Train will have to pass through the depot to reach Treno. And since the evacuation alert was only just triggered, we might be able to reach it first.
So we commandeer this freight train, match our speed to the enemy's, and use it as a platform from which we launch a sustained counteroffensive. Is that your proposal?
It'd be better than trying to smash the bloody thing before it runs us all over. And if it might save Ayane, I'll do whatever it takes. Let me drive the train. That will leave you free to concentrate on the fight.
Lumul.
I need to grab a few things. Meet me by the gate.
There it is. Well, it is not in our best nature. Well, it's not in our nature to stand out of town like this. We should first consider it the best apply individual skills. Any who can stop a speeding weapon of war. It is us. But we must almost also recognize the threat posed by its company of beasts. Its influence is so powerful that even as it barrels ahead, all creatures continue to follow it. Then the train may well gather additional minions as it draws near. There's no telling how many will charge Treno's gate, so we should prepare for the worst. Perhaps the stolen knight will remain guard here. I'm inclined to agree. While you remove the head of this metal serpent, we will attend to the defense of the city. Among other things, we must do what we can to ensure the citizens get to its shelter before the fighting begins. Godspeed. And here we go. So, we finally get the trial. It'll be interesting to see what kind of a fight we're gonna get. Right, the place we're headed is the Bentini Depot. Although Treno has his own railway station, our assailants from earlier left in need of significant repairs. Thus, we'll be taking a hover cargo. My friend here has volunteered for the mission. And yes, I did explain the dangers. Cargo's equipped a portable barrier, and frankly, I'm great at my job. I guarantee your safety during the ride. What happens once we get to Bentini? Well, that's your problem. Certainly is. I mean, you're ready to move out. Okay. Okay. Where we call home. Okay. Ready? Then our fearless operator will help you aboard. We make for Bentini with all haste. I'll have us there in a flash. Do keep any limbs you're attached to and like to remain attached to inside the vehicle.
This is it. You'll be riding that flat car at the rear of the train. I'll be all the way at the front, pushing her as fast as she can go. The Doom train moves at breakneck speed. If we're too slow, it'll plow right through us. Speaking of which, we'd best get underway before it does just that. Don't forget you're fighting for Ayane. For all of Treno.
It'll be a Tuesday for us. Unless... It's a Tuesday for us. Unless... Okay, time to do it. Time to... Okay. That didn't take very long. Cool, that was not even 2 seconds. Nice. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh no, don't freeze on me now. Don't freeze on me now.
Here it comes! Brace for impact!
Time for battle.
We're in it now! I'm counting on you!
A literal Doom train. Nice. This is cool.
Turret! Oh, good luck!
This is different. Nice. This is interesting. This is a fun boss fight, at least on normal difficulty.
How many times are they going to do that?
We're running out of train. Ooh, this is different. That's cool.
What in the... You're still on board, right?
Some people in the chat are saying this is a Star Wars reference. I have no clue what that is before looking it up. This is a fun fight. Cool. Nice. Almost there. is a fun fight. Okay, we're done. Almost a 10-minute fight. That sounds just about right. Oh, it's still alive. Okay. Nice. Okay.
Phew. No more adventures, thank you. That was enough bravery for a lifetime. But we did it! We stopped the Doom Train. Well, mostly you did. Before we can celebrate, though, we need to make sure Treno's secure. As I feared, stray beasts to the south. I've lost track of how many times I've asked you for help, but I need your help again.
We got some leftovers to take care of. Is it possible to do this with we got an instance to do. That's new. Okay. I have to believe that the enemy will be safe with your comrades while I tend to matters elsewhere. I'll see the wounded. I have to join them, alright? Okay, checkpoints. Okay, see, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine with this one. A short time earlier.
No!
Can you stand?
Yeah, yes! Thank you so much. There were others being attacked over by the canal. Could you possibly...
Of course, I'll go right away. The rest of you should get to the town hall. I can't leave anyone behind. I won't.
Okay, more role-playing. Sure, why not?
Best make sure the evacuation route is clear first.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Done. Now to aid those people by the canal.
Help!
Help is on the way!
Nice. Nice.
There may be other stragglers.
This is fun. I think it was Endwalker or Shadowbringers that finally did some role-playing in this game. That's cool. Nice. Okay.
That breeze is awfully warm. Oh no!
Our home!
First things first, the fire. To take a leaf out of Y'shtola's book.
That was so good. That was so convenient. Yeah, that was convenient.
Not a moment too soon. I hope that was the worst of it.
Somebody help!
A voice, further out.
I was wondering when this arena would come into play.
I'll take care of this. Make for shelter.
Okay. This will be interesting. I wonder how many things we gotta do for this one. Whoops.
How many are there? Is that all of them? A behemoth!
We cut that rather close.
Thank goodness you're all right.
Ayane has finished the repairs. We need only hold the line until the barrier is in place.
And hold the line we will, together.
Gatti has a sword now? That's new. Well, or maybe it's not me paying attention. That's fine.
I can still fight. I can.
Fiend being a permanent...
no doubt.
Fiend being a member of the Science? Hey, that'd be nice. Okay. We've seen this before.
Thunderheads!
Keep away from the clouds. If I never see another storm.
Nowhere is safe with so many of them.
Some friendly winds, if you please.
Okay.
It worked!
Halfway there.
How fortunate that bird made such an impression.
We got this, I think. This is still better than Dawntrail. It's not saying much, but it's something.
The levin grows more volatile. Something is coming!
Ball lightning! Y'shtola, Sveen, lend me your strength!
Ooh, they just teleported. They just teleported. Oh. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. I was wondering why they were teleporting, and we gotta do that fight all over again. Jeez. Wow. Apparently, this was worse yesterday. Just trying to do a fight, and we got to do it all over again. Oh, great. Great. That's just great. And everybody lost connection. If anything, I'm glad that the dungeon and trial was done. I can only imagine how long the queue time is gonna be. Of course. Yeah, I was wondering why they just teleported. And this is why. Then again, any game, regardless if it's a small or big budget title, you're gonna get that happening. The highest player queue time, the highest number of players we were on queue was 1,500 that I saw personally. Yep, and we gotta wait. I just want to complete the fight, at the very least. Oh, that's great. And everybody went down. Wonderful. 1,500? Oh. You know, just when we were about to make progress, that happens. But it could have been worse. We would have lost connection during a dungeon or a trial. That would have been worse. Okay, that is not as bad as I thought. I saw either yesterday or 2 days ago, I saw this go as high as 1,500. Oh boy. Let me guess, I have to do that fight all over again. Yep. And we gotta wait for this thing to finish. Oh man, and even if I get through that instant fight, oh, is it gonna go down again when I'm just trying to complete a portion of the story? Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know. Has the TTS has gotten really bad in this game? I'm just trying to enjoy it, but unfortunately, when your server goes down like that, especially if you're doing a really important duty, it can be frustrating. I don't know. I don't know what's happening now, but let's see if we can at least finish the instant fight before this thing goes down again. I have a bad feeling that it's an instant fight all over again. Gotta do that fight again. And it was going so well. I just want to get that fight done, and hopefully we'll finally get some progress on the story here. Let's hope that we can get this done. Just want to see the rest of it. And after this queue time, I just hope that we can at least finish what we started. I'm glad Marvel Rivals never has this problem, but then again, depends really. I bet it can be just as bad. Oh, okay, that is interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah. I have to do it all over again. Oh, God. There's no checkpoint? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, no. No. I have to do that all over again. I do this all.
Best make sure the evacuation route is clear first.
You would think I get a checkpoint at the middle. No. Oh. Gotta do it all over again. This is not the problem. The difficulty of this is not the problem. It's just you have to go through a whole thing again because the service went down. You would think, I would think that the game would at least be a little generous and at least we start that next fight all over again. But no, I gotta do it at the beginning again.
Done. Now to aid those people by the canal.
Too bad I cannot skip this.
Help! Help is on the way!
Let's see if we can at least...
There may be other stragglers.
Okay.
Breeze is awfully warm. Oh no!
Let's try to see if we can do this.
First things first, the fire. To take a leaf out of Y'shtola's book. Not a moment too soon. I hope that was the worst of it.
Somebody help!
A voice. Further out.
I hope this will not be so difficult. Alright, one more time, and hope we can do this.
I'll take care of this.
Finish.
Make for shelter.
Let's hope we can finish this. And have no interruption this time. And just as I thought, no time for normal raids today. Or at least we can do the main story. The main impression that I want to see after all this time.
How many are there?
Alright, we can finally do this final fight. That took 5 minutes. Okay, finish this. One more time. finally finish this. Please don't have the servers crash again.
I can still fight. I can.
I have no doubt.
One more time with this fight. Concerned about if this fight can be finished.
Thunderheads!
Keep away from the clouds! If I never see another storm...
Nowhere is safe with so many of them.
Some friendly winds, if you please. It worked!
Now we're back where we started.
How fortunate that bird made such an impression.
One more time. Hey Marcus, we're trying to finish this boss fight here. I was at this point, but then the servers crashed, and I had to do it all over again. And yes, I'm a bit better
The
now.
leaven grows more
but it
volatile.
took over a week just to get
Something
to this
is
point.
coming.
Ball lightning!
Here we go.
Y'shtola, Steen, lend me your strength!
The two of us will disperse these balls of lightning.
Here we go.
Just keep the lightning at bay a little longer! Take cover behind the Spriggan!
Nice. Aw, cute. That's so cute.
The tide is turning! Press the attack!
Hopefully can finish this fight without the server crashing again. This whole thing took 10 minutes. It's good to be back, even if it took me over a week just to get decent again. Just nothing. And I'm getting tired here. But we're almost done with this little fight, this dance. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Just register as complete. Good. Thank God. Thank God.
I must say, that was an incredible performance.
Oh, how you've grown.
Flatterer. What is it?
The barrier is restored. The people of Treno may rest easy once more.
Oh, nice.
The perimeter is clear, everyone. And thanks to our guests, the Doom Train has been destroyed. Last but not least, Ayane's fixed the barrier. We don't need to worry about beasts anymore.
Yet.
This calls for a celebration.
It's a Tuesday for us.
The Doom Train is gone for good.
That's our Ayane.
They're safe. All of them. Alila? Kryl, does the name Alila mean aught to you?
My mother? Did you know her?
I'm sorry, my dear. We should get you patched up before aught else. Alila's story and that of the key are one and the same. After you've rested and recovered, I'll tell you the tale. You have no cause to fret, I promise you. While Lummel forgot to give the order, bless him, there's work to be done ere we can celebrate. First and foremost, we must see to any injured. Come and find me at Town Hall when you're ready.
Oh, this will be good.
Without further delay, then.
You needn't mind me. My injuries are far from severe.
But your curiosity is another matter, is it not? Your feet will deliver you to Miaili all the swifter if you can actually walk on them.
Ah, this will be interesting. After that battle, I think we'll require a moment. Better get some rest too. I mean it. Exhaustion aside, you'll sustain no injuries you need to worry over. I think Mieli knew Krill's mother. I'm eager to hear the details. I'd rather not have tumbled to the pavement in front of the hall, in front of half the city. I am none worse for wear, thanks to Ishtola. What of yourself? If he only hurts, we can tend to them now before Simieli. We'll be fine. Into the mist. Here we go. This is the finale. Into the mist. Curious, isn't it? I want to know, more than anything. Part of me is still terrified, but having come so far, can't turn from the truth now. If everyone is feeling up to it, let's go and find our answers. This is the final quest now. This is the final quest. Yep. The final quest. Next time, it will be the normal raids. I wonder what the interior looks like, even if it's instanced. I had every confidence Lumula would be safe in your company, but it hardens me to see him unarmed nonetheless. Well, the key is to be the main topic of our conversation. There's no telling what else Mila might reveal. It's alright. I already hear it. I find myself feeling anxious on Krill's behalf. How are you faring? I'll be recovered from your brush with the Doom train. Did I hear something about a behemoth? Yeah. Ah, new friends. You know your grandmother called us here? Well, you didn't like to ask. Okay.
Ere I begin my tale, there is something about our family that you need to understand. We are descendants of the Speakers of Eld, and I myself am the latest to inherit the role. But even as we do our utmost to ensure our people's welfare in our adopted home, it has ever been our duty to find a means to return whence we came. Alas, Our ancestral treasure never did answer our prayers. And that left my elder sister, the previous speaker, mired in doubt. It was then, when she was at her most vulnerable, that preservation reached out to her.
The key is none other than that relic, and it has been in the safekeeping of our people since time immemorial.
Yes. When lightning threatened this world, we attempted to use the key to flee again, like our ancestors once did. Alas, no matter what we tried, we couldn't invoke its power. We had all but given up when Preservation approached us with an offer of partnership.
We've heard this part before, from my parents' memories. My mother was your sister.
She was, which makes you an heir to the Speaker's legacy. The last message I received from your parents said that in order to thwart Preservation's design, they must send away both their daughter and the key.
So that explains that.
I now understand what became of the former. As for the latter, through conversing with your friends, I gleaned with whom it currently resides.
And is it your wish that we give it back?
We Milala are the people of Treno now. Here is where we've put down our roots. The moment Elila relinquished the key, she relinquished our claim to it as well. But be that as it may, my sister gave up not only her life, but her darling daughter, to prevent its misuse. It is my duty to ensure that its new bearer is worthy. So, should it answer your call as it never did ours, how would you use the key's power?
I don't know. I'm still not sure. There's no right or wrong answer here.
The very fact that you don't have an answer is proof that you understand the weight of this power and do not take it lightly. And what's more, there's your friendship with my niece. I dare say that speaks well of your character.
We try. We try.
By the by, do you have any records pertaining to the key here in Treno?
Would that we did. But Delilah took everything with her when she joined Preservation. If aught remains, it would be in Alexandria.
And so we find ourselves returned to our original course.
Shale may have made some progress. Perhaps it's time to bring our visit to an end. But by that, I don't mean to say that I don't feel welcome in Treno. You've all been so kind and accommodating. And in many ways, it's my hometown. It's just that, well,
It's all right, my dear. It is true that some feel bound by blood or birthplace, but I don't believe that your parents would have wanted that for you. They devoted their lives to understanding the key so that future generations would not be burdened by it.
Almost done. Sweet.
As we have chosen Treno, so too should you choose the place you call home. A place where you can bloom and grow with fearless joy.
I will.
We must give you a proper send-off, though. Wait for us by the gate, will you? A word of caution, Keeper of the Key. As you know, it is a relic that has traveled across centuries and worlds, passing through countless hands, oft beckoning to those ruled by ambition or avarice. Indeed, some have wondered if it chooses its master. But I believe differently. I believe that some inexorable force, call it fate, if you will, ushers it from one bearer to the next. Be wary, for fate's regard now falls upon you.
Love some foreshadowing. Or... Okay, hold on. Okay, let's finish this. Shame we can't see the interior, but oh well. Well, so far this expansion has been a lot of Grail's origin story, in a way. Alright, let's see where this goes. If Melila's records were in Preservation's possession, I doubt they would ever relinquish them. That knowledge must await us back in Alexandria. Can't believe I have living relatives here. Then they make it seem so simple. Maybe it is not just to be Grill. Normally you haven't gone to some of the other Melila we've been across the city. Okay. Girl looks like she just seen the first ray of sunlight on a cloudy day. I'm glad she found out where she saw it. Okay. Okay.
Thank you all for everything.
We're the ones who should be thanking you. You fought so many times for us.
I've tended to the people's immediate hurts, but see that they receive appropriate care as they recover.
I still can't believe you took down the Doomtrail. Just like that. You're my hero, truly. And I'm sure Mum and Dad and everyone else we lost will rest easier now that it can never hurt anyone again.
It's just a Tuesday for us.
For my part, I cannot thank you enough for supporting my plan for the barrier. Not to mention that we wouldn't even have the electrope to restore it without your aid. I can't wait to see what else we can do now that the mine is back in service. Kryl. O life, flourish on this faraway shore. Unfurl your fragile petals with fearless joy. Let this sky grant shelter from darkest storm, and here bloom, hand in hand, forevermore. Remember that, will you? Whatever shore you choose.
Of course. Those words, and our people, will always be in my heart.
After so long without her, I had begun to forget what my sister was like. Her face, her voice, fading like the mist. All I could remember clearly was her resolve as we parted for the last time. But now I've seen her again. In you, sweetheart. For bringing her back to me. It is a joy to have met you, Kryl.
You too, Aunt Meili.
I know your home lies far from here, but to us you'll always be family. Come and see us once in a while, won't you?
I will. My comrades have found a treatment for Levin sickness, so I'll bring it to Treno as soon as I can.
My, you certainly have no shortage of accomplished friends.
It's another Tuesday. We did what had to be done.
We'll await your return, my dear.
More of Krail's backstory, in a good way. Kryl. I keep mispronouncing that.
Life is full of surprises when one lives in hope. Isn't that right, Delilah?
Touching. Once you're back in Solution 9, I should let you relax with a hot cup of tea. If safe and reliable ocean to travel were possible, tell the length and danger of the journey. Whew, that'd be nice. Fred! That's a new name. That is a new name, Fred. You came in at an interesting time, Fred. This is the first time in 3 or so years It took me 3 or so years just to get to the latest MSQ of this game. Yeah, 3 or so years it took me, Fred, just to catch up to the, just to be ready for the next batch of MSQs. And I wasn't doing any live stuff for almost over a week because I just had no energy. It's not because of this game. It's just, you know, when I came home from an overseas trip, I just felt tired, no energy. I just rested. No playing games, nothing. So I finally got the energy to finally see this piece of story finally. So, Fred, are you prepared to see how far I've gone into this game? This took me 3 or so weeks of duty roulettes over and over and over again every single day earlier this year. And I did all of this leveling before I did the Dawntrail expansion from the beginning. And that too. And all the society quests from all the expansions. I have done all the society quests. 1,500 player commendations after 3 or so years. Normally, I would like to wear a suit and tie on my off days, just like my character in this game, but I was so late because I was so tired. But I have enough energy now. Are you in the main MSQ right now for this? Are you at the latest MSQ of this game right now, Fred? Because honestly, Post-Dawntrail story is better than main Dawntrail story. Whoever wrote Woklamat's character in the main Dawntrail story, it just made her character unlikable. That is the honesty that I gotta say. Oh. Like, how behind? How far behind? But I'm just being honest. The main Dawntrail story, Woklamat's character was poorly executed. That's the best way I can say it. You just don't like her because of the writing. But Post-Dawntrail is much better because there's not as much Woklamat. I'm sorry to say. But at least it's better. And Sphene, this real Sphene that's alive, is a better character than Woklamat. That's not saying much, but that's my honest opinion. Alright, let's see what Krill has to say. Because I think we're at the last quest right now. The latest one here. Still feels like a bit like I'm dreaming, but even should I wake, I'll remember it. I'll remember it. On a practical note, I am more certain than ever that Shale's work will yield vital insights into the key. Look forward to speaking with her when we arrive in Solution 9. If you don't mind, maybe we can first our way through a solution. Because I'll be wondering about my absence. Heavens, yes. Apologize for keeping you from your duties for so long. Think nothing of it. I was more than happy to be part of your adventure. Goodness will forgive me once I tell him of Treno. Sphene should be an official member of the Science. Fight me. I think Sphene should be an official member of the Science. I like her character, even if it's not much. Even if it's not saying much. Also, I got a Discord server, by the way, Fred, if you wish to be a part of that. That's the best way to get hold of me or hang out if you need to. Oh, heavens, War. Oh, you got a long way to go. You got a long way to go, Fred, if you just skip everything. Well, this is obviously Dawntrail, the latest expansion to this game. Well, I have been very fortunate to have kept going with this game, even though I took breaks in the last 3 years. When it comes to the story in this game, it has its ups and downs. But when it comes to the main cast, it's actually pretty good. Oh yes, Fred, the locations in Dawntrail is good. Have you ever played or seen Cyberpunk 2077? Well, in Dawntrail, this current expansion of the game, they have this game finally has its own Cyberpunk city, which is this, called Solution 9. Yep. This game finally has its own Cyberpunk tile city. Yep. I was about to finish the main quest here, but let me go to this social hub here, if you will. No, that's the wrong. Oh, that's the wrong teleporter. Go to Arcadion. Again, the art direction in this game is really good. The more time has gone on with this game, they've gotten better at it. So yeah, this game finally has a cyberpunk city after all this time. And all the music you're hearing right now is from the game, not from my OBS program that I'm using. Okay, sure, go ahead, Fred. I'm gonna make my way over to the last quest marker here. Resolution. Let's see what we got on our final cutscene here. Out of all the classes, are you talking about individual job or class? I just want to clarify. Are you talking about a job or overall class? I just want to make sure I got that question correctly. Combat job. I would have to say it's a toss-up between warrior and sage. If I have to do certain duties, like instance, I would like to do warrior, but I don't mind being a healer like a sage. It's been one of my favorite jobs in this game so far. But I don't mind doing DPS just to switch things up every once in a while. I hope that answers your question. It's a personal preference, so. Though we learned little of the Ashians, our sojourn was more than worthwhile. Gazan hasn't worn his regulator since his memory was restored. Experience must have affected him deeply. Okay. We're back! Oh, sure. According to the Temple of Treno, there are yet other settlements in the night. We shall have to seek them out one day. Okay. Final cutscene. Here we go. This is the final cutscene, I think. Here we go. Ah, this explains much. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to personal preference, Fred. There's no right or wrong job in this game. It comes down to what you want to do. So, wonder why I'd never seen neither hide nor hair of your majesty these past days. Ask where you've been? It's quite a long story, yes. Long story. Here we go. However stalwart your companions, traversing the mist continent with no knowledge of what happened, it was extraordinarily reckless. I cannot deny, but it was much. The opportunity to resume diplomatic relations in a long time. And as it did not, in fact, come to harm, all is well that ends well. Should you feel compelled to go on any other exertions in the future, I expect that you will notify me beforehand. Yes, of course. It was remiss of me. Apologize. I'm not an actor, by the way. I just narrate it. Duty's call is most insistent. Nevertheless, whenever you require my aid, please do not hesitate to seek it. Sphene needs to be a sign member. Or is it too much to ask? You're back. How'd it go? Did you find a way down? Yeah, it's a long story. Also, Marvel Rivals. I like playing Marvel Rivals, Fred, but good luck finding decent teammates in that game. I do have video examples on YouTube, by the way, Fred, if you wish to watch it. It's great. I know. I've heard the name. Incredible that it's sheltered the Milala all this time. What's more, the mayor was able to share the story of the key from her perspective. She believes that the historical documents pertaining to it are stored in Preservation's archives. Basically, this expansion is Krill's backstory. Krill was first seen in Heavensward, yes? If I remember correctly? So, yeah, they do build up the story for years to come. It could be. Their work isn't done yet. We made progress in the description. I was on my way to the containment complex to review the data in situ. In that case, allow me to accompany you. Though it may be incomplete, I shall let you review the information available. We'll contact you soon as we made some sense of it. So, what more information do we have? In the meantime, might I suggest that our word of like a good night's sleep or two? You never know what manner of hellish technology will be after us next. By the way, Fred, thank you. And Krill? Cryo. It's Cryo, not Krill. Cryo, I assume you'll be wanting to familiarize yourself with the care of feeding porksies. Oh. Indeed. Well, I'm aware of the principles. I was needed elsewhere when the others were treating the living affected. It's not the Sistola to instruct me. Okay. It's the least I can do for my family. I tend to visit them whenever possible. My home will always be here, in the source. There's nowhere I'd rather be. Nice. Alright, one final cutscene. One final cutscene here after this. What is lurking in the shadows, I wonder? Took 3 hours just to get to this part. Earlier in Treno. Oh. Oh. So after we left?
Now, there is much to be done. With access to the mine restored, I'd like to explore methods to expand our food production systems. I look forward to your insights.
There's one that's not a Lalafell. Who's she?
Oh, my poor heart. I only meant to steal a glimpse while we were in the area. But our eyes definitely met, didn't they? Oh, that's not ideal. Such fearsome instincts to perceive me as a threat in an instant. But I shouldn't be surprised. It's the Source's vaunted hero, after all.
Halmarut!
Oh, dear me! Oh.
One need hardly be the warrior of light to notice you. You're far from subtle. As if the horns and scales weren't enough, you insist upon dressing for another century. Those clothes must be as old as I am. Where is your robe?
You mean the robe that practically announces me as an Ascian?
Not that I don't intend to reveal that detail, but it will be at a time of my choosing. Besides, if one of us can't help but draw the eye, it's you. Oh, Calyx, how you've grown. Smaller, that is, and surprisingly cute-ish.
Put me down.
Jests aside, we will be departing the 9th all too soon. If you wish to say your goodbyes, I could find you a vessel and mold it to match your preferred presentation.
Don't you dare. I will not debase myself by occupying a living body ever again. And in any case, to travel the rift as you do requires the shedding of one's flesh, does it not?
I apologize if I upset you. Your understanding is, in essence, correct. The magics cannot bring a vessel through the rift. Ergo, you must discard it and assume a form of pure ether until you reach the other side. However, that doesn't mean you need discard everything like so much refuse. Using fissures such as this, one can easily send small amounts of matter between reflections.
And nobody's noticing this? No? Of course.
Matter such as your archived memories.
All the more reason to remain as I am. At present, I could pass through a fissure myself. And as this form suffices for surveying the material realm, I see no reason to expend effort searching for a replacement.
Oh, of course.
I wish only to observe. That is enough.
Very well. I shan't press. Nevertheless, odd though you may look, I would encourage you to bid farewell to those to whom you have attachment. For now that you failed, unless our hero changes course, this world is doomed to die.
Yeah, like they said that in Endwalker. Of course. There always has to be something. So nobody notices the Ashians? No? Nobody's noticing? Okay.
I had hoped to banish death from their lives. Why should it come to all, whether they will it or no? Why must any accept this burden and grief? It was never about any one person. So no, there are none with whom I would exchange fond farewells. But so long as mankind yet survives, I can hold fast to my faith. That my life's work might again bring someone salvation.
Oh please, Xenos did that.
Hold fast you must, as we press ever onward. For soon it begins, and every world shall tremble. The Winterers must be prepared to outlast the great withering to come.
Oh, spare me. We already seen the build up to Endwalker. This will be more or less another long story. What makes your grand plan any different?
That's your ominous prediction, is it?
Yeah, and what makes you think this time it'll be different?
No, it's nature's proclamation. Can't you hear it?
Or you don't want to admit you're wrong, but sure.
It echoes in the silence, left by the will of the star.
Wither blows, fate wandering will, for gray clouds spreads, presage winter's chill. And that's it. We're at the latest MSQ finally after all that. Well, we finally made it to the latest MSQ. Yeah, I mean, based on that last cutscene, I guess those two are gonna be our next villains. But honestly, I'm not feeling the danger just yet. Because I went through Heaven's Word to Endwalker, the build-up to this climax, which I think it's fine. So when they're trying to bring chaos again, I'd be like, oh, what makes this new grand plan different? But anyway, I made it to the end. The only thing that needs to be done now is this normal raids, but unfortunately I can't do them now because that's gonna take 3-4 hours easily. But at least I made it to the latest MSQ, which is nice. And yes, I'm completely with the Cyberpunk city at the end. Anyway, I gotta go here. It's getting late and I'm running out of steam, so it's good to see you, by the way, Fred. It's good to see you join us in this little channel of ours, but I gotta go. Can't wait to rest. See y'all. It's good to be back.